Welcome back on this Wednesday, Indiana Sports Beat Radio. Happy to have Jordan Hulls, Indiana's newest basketball staffer and Hall of Fame writer, Rick Bozich, with us from WDRB.com. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Made it through the halfway point. Before I forget, when Jordan is able to get back in, which will be sometime in June, depending on how his tournaments fare. On June 23rd, Never Lose Hoop golf outing will be there. So if you want to play in this, it's going to be an unbelievable opportunity. But more importantly, you're raising money for kids with cancer for Jordan's foundation. So to support this. But if you can't participate, you can donate through the same link. You can also sponsor a hole. And I threw Jordan under the bus without his knowledge. I said, if you sponsor a hole just for the heck of it, we'll get a picture of Jordan next to the sign and we'll send it to you. Do something special for you. But however, whatever you guys want to do, but any way you can help out, this all goes, every bit of it goes to Never Lose Hoop. So make sure you get on that. It's all that information is on every forum page on thehoosier.com, and we'll keep posting that on social media as well. Looking forward to the golf tournament, Jordan. You might get back just in time to play.
Yeah, well, it's pretty exciting because we haven't been able to have it. So we're excited to get it back going. I appreciate all the help that you're doing promoting it and trying to get whole sponsors and things like that. It's a really cool cause. We've had some great turnouts in the past, and hopefully I get back in time where I can show my face and maybe hit a few worm burners in the ground. But
when's the last time you swung a club?
Man, I do love to golf. It's just been I haven't golfed probably in 2 years.
Do you have clubs over in Germany?
No, I don't have them in Germany, and it's a lot harder to get on public courses over here. They're way more strict about just letting random people go on the course and tearing it up. But I don't know, 2 years ago, I golfed out here one time for a team event. And then in the summers in Bloomington, I don't think I even golfed the last 2 summers. I did go to the range once, and that was it. But that's that's regardless. It's going to be a great cause. It's
going to be fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
The worst case is you get to see him hack. Sometimes that's even more fun. Next year better. Hopefully we can get Rick up. You're not a golfer. Are you a golfer, Rick? You don't have golf, right?
I haven't golfed probably in 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
It might be longer than that. The last time I played golf, I was in the same foursome with Don Fisher, who's like one of the best golfers out there.
Yeah.
He had to tolerate playing with me. I don't think he's ever recovered.
Let me tell you, Don Fisher is competitive. I was in last season. I did. They had the Indiana women's softball team had this skills thing for the media, and I was out there, and I had hurt my neck, so I was just not going through it full strength. But Don was out there, and he was in the finals with this other kid. Probably should have won. And Don's 72 or something. And I got news for you. He doesn't look it, but he doesn't act it either. He is competitive as they get. It's funny. And I'm sure he'll be looking forward to reacquainting with you. Don Fisher called so many of your games back when that was a fun era. And now it looks like heading back to that, as I talked about earlier. Talk about the recruits that are coming in. I know you don't know a lot about them, but you know that this is a hell of a class. You've got CJ Gunn out of Indianapolis, who is a pretty good shooter. He's a great shooter in high school. Of course, Jalen Hood-Schifino, a 6'5" point guard from Montverde Academy in Florida, who those guys, that's basically like playing JUCO. It's a different level those guys play at. I went down and watched them. Malik Renault was teammate as well. And then you add the possibility of Trace Jackson Davis coming back and all the pieces that are there. Indiana could possibly be in the best position they've been in since you were in school. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. Leo is bouncing. Leo is throwing his elephant all across the room. Sorry. It's really exciting, bringing in these new guys and with the pieces that we already have. Coach Woodson and the staff's done an amazing job just coordinating all that and making sure everybody's meshing. And I'm really excited to get to campus and see these guys in person. You know, it's been a really long time. I was in there last summer a little bit, seeing that team when I was working out myself. But for me to get back on a campus and see the new recruits coming in, they're going to make a big impact, I think. And like I said, mixing in with the guys who are already there, it's really exciting to see Indiana basketball back where it's at. And you know, for me to come back and be a part of that on that side is super exciting for my family and I.
Certainly good timing, Rick.
The last few years over in Europe, how closely have you been able to follow IU basketball? Are you able to live stream any of the games, and have you seen much of it?
Yeah, I mean, I do as much as I can. With the time difference and 3 kids, it's a little bit more difficult than it used to be. I used to stay up till 4 in the morning and watch all the games if I could, but if I do that now, my 3-year-old, he's getting up at 6 a.m. regardless. So if I can't perform too well on the court and do 2 hours of sleep. So it's been a little bit harder that way, but you know, through social media and things, it's made it a lot easier to keep up with, whether it be recruits or what's going on with the current team or any changes like that. So that's been a positive. But you know, like I said, I'm just super pumped about being part of that. You know, that's really something that is coming to fruition, and it's fun to see. You know, what's going to be next for us.
And then making the move from playing to coaching. You talked a little bit about that, and I know you're excited about it. What do you do? What are you doing mentally? What are you thinking? Like, all right, what am I going to have to do? Or are you looking for others to guide you? What are your thoughts going in? Or you just playing it by ear until you get there?
Yeah, going into it, you know, I'm not afraid to ask questions. I'm not afraid of the work. So that I'm really excited for that part. Just learning, you know, it's completely different than playing on the court than it is being behind the scenes. So, you know, I'm trying to do as much homework as I can before I come home, obviously, whether that be keeping up with the new recruits or learning, you know, what programs I'm going to have to use or, you know, whatever it may be. I'm just trying to get as much knowledge as I can so I can be as well prepared once I hit the ground back in Bloomington after my season. So, you know, it's a great group of guys in that room, in that office, on the staff that I think will be, you know, very helpful. And, you know, everybody's reached out, congratulate me, but also saying how, you know, we're here to support you, here to help you out with whatever you need. And that's really reassuring. I'd be lying to you if I was a little anxious, you know, giddy about, all right, well, I got to do this, I got to do that, I want to do this. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to be me and build these relationships. And I'm really looking forward to that part. And, you know, getting to work. I've never been afraid of the work. It's kind of what I've had to do my whole life anyway, if it was on the court or if it was with the business or what have you. So, you know, I'm really excited for this next step and this new challenge for me and my family.
Coaching, it seems like hard work, man. Long hours, lots of time in other gyms, lots of times in front of computer monitors, just watching so much film, going to talk to kids, which I assume you'll be doing that as well as recruiting aspect, going to these AAU events, which that part would be easy for you because the familiarity. How much easier is it going to make it for you because of dealing with having had JH1 and doing that yourself? Because that is right. That's the market you're going to be dealing with.
Yeah, it's definitely helped. I think that's been, you know, a nice little thing that I've done in the past that I didn't know what it was preparing me for. I thought it was preparing me for JH1 and where that was going to take me. But I think it applies directly to what I'll be doing here. It's all, to me, it's about building those relationships, whether it's with the parent or the kid or what have you. And I've had to do that in the past, and I think it will translate really well into this. And, you know, whether it's going to the tournaments, seeing games, a lot of game film like you're talking about, I prepared myself as a player, as I've gotten older, relying a lot more on film, breaking down films, breaking down tendencies of what the other teams are doing, what this guy does. And, that's what scouts are, right? And I've seen a multitude of various different ways to do scout. Now I haven't done the cutting of film myself. That's always been just presented to me. So doing that, it will be different. But again, at the end of the day, I think, the knowledge that I've been able to gain through the game of basketball, playing, high school, college, overseas is going to be in a nice little thing for me to have. It's going to help me translate to what I need to do for this job and for this staff and for the program to the best that I can. And I think, I'm ready for that. I'm really excited for that opportunity.
Rick?
I think this season will be the 10-year anniversary of that 2013. Are there any plans to get Cody and Vic and Christian and Yogi and Will Sheehy and everybody together?
10 years. Wow, that's crazy. It's been 10 years. That'd be awesome. I know I talked to Cody quite a bit. I talked to everybody at least throughout the year sometime. That'd be really cool. Now that I'm back home in Bloomington, I don't have an excuse that I'm in Germany anymore. So we're gonna have to make something happen.
You'll be the coordinator.
Hey, that's me. That's what I'm supposed to do. I was a captain. I need to get the guys back to town too. No, that's a great point there. And I think, guys are getting a little older. We're realizing like, oh man, those are the great times. We built something really special, and that'd be really cool to celebrate that 10-year that way too.
People are going to be looking to you to form a TBT team, an IU TBT team, because there's not one, and everybody keeps talking about that.
Yeah, I know. They've been asking me for years to do it. I just haven't had. It's been a little bit difficult for me to get that going, and whether or not I wanted to commit to that. It's a lot of time that I don't have in the summer. And now with this, again, I don't know. I'm going to be working my tail off, trying to learn the ropes too. So that'd be awesome if that were to be able to be the case, but I don't know.